314 podcast and Avery. 0.2% chance, 100% faith. Our Toronto Blue Jays, first time in team history, they have swept 7 games against a team in a season. First time in team history. How are we feeling? I'm an Angels truther. I'm an Angels stan from here on out.
I don't know what I have for the Los Angeles Angels, man. What a sad sack of shit, pathetic, disgusting organization in one of the best places in the country. I cannot believe that they gave their GM a 2-year extension like 2 weeks ago. Their only thing they're good at is drafting the oldest person in the draft and shoving them up to the majors as quick as possible. They're really good at that.
Yeah, and the thing is like, I know us Blue Jays fans, obviously it's maybe is it a bigger market, I guess? Yeah, because the Angels are kind of trumped by the Dodgers, but
it shouldn't be a bigger market.
Yeah, like when we think things are going bad for us, I genuinely could not imagine being an Angels fan. I genuinely couldn't. Last year, you had the unicorn. You had the greatest player on the planet in Shohei Ohtani. You had Mike Trout. You sign Rendon after he goes bananas with the Nationals. I don't know what the hope is for the LA Angels. Like, we have it bad, sure. Was our team supposed to be was second or third odds to win the AL East? Yeah. Did this team have high hopes? Do they suck right now? Yeah. But my God, like that's just not a fun baseball team. What do you have to look forward to besides like Zach Neto and Logan O'Hoppe? Like, what do you look forward to?
Shanuel is the other one that exciting is probably not the right word I'd use for Shanuel. But yeah, Perry Manassian, man, what a job he has done, that team.
And again,
Brandon,
like I know
Brandon Drury doesn't get moved or dealt. Ward doesn't get moved or dealt. They are just putting themselves into an odd area with not a lot of help at the farm either.
And the colossal screw up was the Ohtani thing. Like, you didn't trade Ohtani. You could have got 3 or 4 top prospects for that guy because you got half a year left, like for half a year of Ohtani on a playoff team, and you don't sell him. You lose him for nothing, $0. You get nothing for him. Just, it's sad, but that's besides the fact. Let's talk about our Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, you came out with a tweet yesterday saying, thank you to Los Angeles Angels for providing me the greatest 7 days of the summer for me. And I'm going to have to agree with you there. I mean, holy shit. I was looking forward to Jays games this weekend. I was like, let's go. Let's ass on couch, must watch TV. And that's what we got. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Again, thank you to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim for putting out 9 bodies every game, because God, they just got waxed in 2 weeks. Are the Toronto Blue Jays good, or do they just play the Angels? Is a question that will remain for time, and it'll get answered in a doubleheader probably tomorrow. If the Jays are good or they were just playing the Angels. But I mean, we have put them in a 2-week stretch, 3-week stretch where this offense has legitimately been very good. And again, the Los Angeles Angels are 7 of those games, and then we saw them play the Cubs and stinkers for 3 of them at least. So I'm monitoring what's going on with the Toronto Blue Jays.
#monitoring
at a very high level, because if they're not good, they're at least fun. And fuck, man, there's a lot of times during the middle of winter when we're shoveling our driveway where we take a fun baseball team. And I think we're here right now. I think we're here.
It's just crazy seeing the vibes, man. I mean, obviously, like, you had the Addison Barger walk-off, the scenes from that. The young guys, the Buffalo boys are raking again. Joey Loperfido's figuring it out. Kirk is figuring it out. I got to give my flowers to Kirk. I'll do that later in the podcast.
You're going to have to eat that. Not that it's been perfect, but you might have to eat some more.
Yeah, and I will later in the podcast. But just things have been fun. I mean, you got Bowden Francis, the guy who continues to tweet Gen Z this, Gen Z that on Twitter, hasn't tweeted a single thing, because Bowden Francis has been the best pitcher on this team in the past, month? 3 weeks? He's been the best pitcher on this team. So it's just, things are looking up. And I mean, again, I'm scared that when we talk again on Thursday, we're going to be like, is this team like actually good? and fun, or did we just play the Angels 7 times in 2 weeks? That's the question we're gonna have to ask. And I don't want
We're
to look
going to
that far.
find out because 5 games in 4 days is a big swing into how this team's gonna. Johnny, this team could be 500 by the time we talk next.
Yeah, if I'm honestly even fine if they take 3 of 5 from the Red Sox and go to 3 games below 500 or 4. Sorry, like
Well, no,
even the
that
little thing like that'd be fine.
wouldn't that make them 3 games under?
Are they 4 right now? No, they're 5 right now.
5 right now.
Yeah, so that'd make them 4. Yeah, listen, I mean the season's lost, but why not? Let's just enjoy it. I mean, Sportsnet posted a cool graphic. Jays are the best team in the AL East since the All-Star break, right? Like why not? Why not post those narrative ball graphics like that? That's what we're doing here in Blue Jays land. But just tons of things to talk about. It's been fun. I for the first time ever, I had FOMO of not being at a Jays game. Alto texted us yesterday about going to the Jays game on Saturday because he was bored, and I was like, nah, I can't go. And then I watched it. I'm like, I would have loved to watch this Bowden masterclass. I
That
really
would have
would
been a
have.
very, very good game to go to.
Yeah,
That one did hurt too,
that
but
one hurt a lot.
it's just as good watching on your couch when Sportsnet shows you every pitch.
Yeah.
That's not something that could
Well,
be. That's not something that could be said about Friday,
well,
but still, it's okay.
yeah. Sportsnet on Friday showing the Addison Barger almost home run, and then they pan and the ball's already in the air when he hits his walk off. That was a little bit of a colossal screw up. I'll say it. Hand up.
Yeah,
I mean,
when Keegan has to tweet the away game feed
yeah,
for his highlight pack that he's putting out on Twitter,
yeah.
there was a fuck up there too. Yeah, awesome, really fun weekend all in all, and then you even get a little bit of what you call drama with the Taylor Ward incident, and
Yeah.
Bowden puts together a masterclass. Like that's some of the most fun 4 games you could put together, and
Oh,
one of them. And one of the games was a Ryan Yarbrough bulk innings day, which I'm here to love. I'm here to love them.
And we're gonna get that tomorrow. He's probably going game 1 tomorrow. They'll go
game
Yarbrough.
Game 2. I thought they said Barrios was gonna be game 1.
Okay.
Also, how do we feel that Danny Jansen playing for both teams is gonna be the most?
Did you guys know that, by the way? Does anyone know that Danny Jansen will be making history this week on Monday? He'll be the first player ever to play for both teams. I haven't seen it on Twitter 400 times from the Score and other apps like that. I've never seen that.
Honestly, you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
No, you shouldn't.
Also, another thing I heard on the radio as I was coming back listening to today's game is I believe Leo Jimenez, if he comes in the game, that will officially put him major league debut as.
Same with Will Wagner.
Yeah, true. So their debuts are going to be on days they weren't even in the city.
Will Wagner's debut is going to be when he wasn't even technically on the Blue Jays.
That's even funnier. I didn't think of that one.
So does Will Wagner come up to the plate and it says Houston Astros technically? It should.
He should wear the Astros uniform.
Will Wagner should wear the Houston Astros uniform tomorrow.
Not the Houston Astros, Johnny. He should wear the Sugarland Space Cowboys uniform.
Because technically, I mean, we're going back into the past. So Will Wagner should wear the jersey of the team that he was technically on for that game. I mean, that's something to definitely be discussed.
Yep.
It's still something to be discussed. But yeah, Jansen's going to make history tomorrow if you guys didn't know. He's the first guy ever to do play for both teams.
I don't want Danny Jansen to get hurt. I hope he has a little bit of the flu and it doesn't happen and everyone can eat shit.
Then all the people like the rent due Twitter accounts don't have to tweet the Danny Jansen.
It's not even rent due Twitter accounts that got it. It's the mainstream.
Yes.
Don't give a fuck about baseball ones got it.
Yes. And that's ESPN is one of them probably, but it's going to be a good one. But you alluded to it earlier. I don't really want to go game by game. You can kind of just talk about the series as a whole. Bowden Francis. Wow. I feel like we talk about this every single episode, rightfully so. We kind of have to. Bowden Francis, 8 no-hit innings, goes into the 9th. I go live, and I'm getting death threats in my DMs, people telling me to kill myself because I went live. Let me address this right now and make this clear. If you think Gate 14 was not going to make content or go live for potential history, You are as dumb as they come. Okay, as dumb as they come. It was a legal obligation for me to go live for this. A legal obligation. Because here's the thing. If I post a video of me recording it on my phone, people say, "Oh, this is scripted. You scripted like you just like went back on your TV and reacted to it." So it's a no-win situation for me. But the people that were genuinely mad about this, shut up. I had no effect on Bowden Francis. Bowden Francis did not see me go live and go, "Oh shit. I'm going to give up a doink." I mean, the writing was kind of on the wall there. His velo was down a shit ton. He was throwing 91, 92. Try to get me over fastball, I believe it was, on the outer half of the plate. And Taylor Ward just put a good swing on it. But Bowden Francis, man, I mean, goddamn. It's like we always talk about, I know some people have talked about Pete Walker being fired and all that, but he really fixed them, man. And Bowden Francis has looked unbelievable, man. I read it. He was the first pitcher to get pitcher of the week without throwing a no-hitter. So he was the first pitcher this season to get, or player of the week, AL player of the week, without throwing a no-hitter, like, for the stat line.
Because Aaron Judge has just gotten it every week?
It's like, it's been like just phantom guys. Like, Bowden Francis is the first pitcher to get it that didn't throw a no-hitter.
Okay, nice.
So shout out Bowden.
Who are the no-hitter guys this year besides
Ronel Blanco?
Blanco?
My God, there's another one. I forgot. There's been a couple. Blake Snell.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's been a couple, but yeah. And Bowden immediately, and this is why I'm not going to show the text, but Bowden immediately texted me after that start and said, "We need to make
the other one.
shirts." Who?
Dylan Cease was the other one.
Dylan Cease. Yeah. Bowden Francis texted me after that start and said, "We need to make shirts." So I'm calling to Gate 14 Nation. If you are good at making graphics, even if it's a Bowden Francis, just a cartoon face, I want a Bowden Francis t-shirt dropped this week with his saying on the back of the shirt, "Let it eat," or whatever it was. And Bowden Francis meditating in cartoon form on the front, because he's a big meditation guy. That's what Ryan Burr told us as well. We need Bowden Francis shirts. Bowden immediately texted me talking about it. He sent me a picture that the Blue Jays took that's like, "Let's put this on a shirt." I go, "We might get sued for $1 trillion if we do that." Wouldn't want to do that. But let's get Bowden Francis shirts going here, folks. I mean, if you do this for us, we will give you free Gate 14 merch forever, tickets, everything you want. I need this done because this will be this will be in thick Jesus territory for Gate 14 shirts, and we need it done. So I'm calling Gate 14 Nation to make it possible. I know Schneider's sister is good at drawing stuff like that. Maybe she'll do it. I know she said I'm on it. So we'll see what happens. But I need these shirts dropped. And when a player asks for it, they're going to be wearing it around the field. So would love to send a couple to the Jays guys and get that going. But just what a start for Bowden Francis, man. I such a good guy. And ever since you shook his hand on the street, some are saying you saved his year.
Yeah, I didn't save his year. He had started saving his year while he was in the minors, but again, just even a tale of 2 years where he gets shafted. Maybe shafted's the wrong term, but he got a really tough start to his year with who he was facing, and now he goes through a stretch where he gets some softer matchups, and that's how it went. Really good with a splitter, man. It's changed what he's been able to do.
He said he learned the grip from Bassett.
Yeah. And then you see him still, dude. It's preset into his fingers. He's jamming it in there. It's not totally comfortable, I don't think, for him. And he's been able to, if we can just look how much he was in the zone with his splitter. 45% of the time he was in the zone with his splitter every time, or when he threw it. So 40 pitches. Decent amount in the zone. And then Kevin Gausman will sit even less than that in the zone. Like, he can get swing and miss on that pitch. Only had 4 whiffs on the splitter, but it's just such a different look than when he was a 2-pitch guy. And one was a 95 mile an hour fastball that was going to sit in the middle that Jose Altuve was just geared up for every time, put it in the boxes. And now, hey, here's this little split. I'll mix in a slider a couple of times, and oh yeah, I still have the curveball that I've thrown my whole life that I'm going to put over the plate for a couple strikes. It was a masterclass performance, man. And sure, Taylor Ward's comments of "I thought he was hittable," it didn't make the most sense in the world.
Yeah,
but
buddy, no.
Usually in a no hitter,
6 against him this year.
Yeah, it's just a bad.
Like,
but he got up there every time. It's like, I can hit this, and that's what's beautiful about the game of baseball. Even when we've played, you go up against a guy, And he said, yeah, this guy's kind of shitty. And then you look in the 7th inning and you guys are down 8-0. Like, oh, that got away from us pretty quick. But man, he was in the zone a good amount. The strikeouts were the thing that surprised me the most, because if he just keeps getting guys to put contact, balls in play, no hitters can happen that way. And it's like you can save pitches, make that happen. But with all the strikeouts, man, honestly, for the first time, I was John Schneider, like, good decision on
Yeah,
his part.
no, it was a good decision, but
You
I did
put you
want to touch
pushed
back. I
you
did want
pushed
to touch
everyone
back.
back,
He pushed everyone back. You're right. So we had a little more rest, right?
and there's more runway for him to, like, rest on the way back. I think they'll find a guy to push
Like
him back.
Bloss, maybe.
Yeah, because I thought Bloss was gonna pitch game 1 or game 2. If we get a Spino tomorrow, man, I
No,
might clock out for his 2 innings he gets.
no, I'm
But
not doing that.
yeah, I think they might find a way to get him some more rest too.
Yeah,
It was a special day in a year that didn't have many special days.
yeah,
So
and then going back on the Taylor Ward comments, shut the hell up, dude. Like, shut up. Your team had 15 innings to get to rake off of Bowden Francis. You guys accumulated 2 hits in those 15 innings. You went 1 for 6. Your team didn't score a singular run, and Bowden Francis had a no-hitter going into the 9th. Having a comment like that is not a massive shot at the pitcher and discrediting the pitcher. 2, it's sending shots to your own team saying, man, we suck because we can't hit this quote unquote guy that is hittable. It's an insane comment to make. No one benefits from that stupid comment. It's just dumb. It's an idiotic comment from Taylor Ward, who's a veteran who should know better. That's all that is.
yeah, as one of their best, you'd think he'd put together a good comment, and that one was just kind of out of touch. I'm sure he would have liked to have that one back after. And but I said this earlier, you go into a game and you think you can get a guy. Even he thought after 8 innings of hell, he thought he could still get him. Eventually he did. He was the only one too, but yeah, interesting way to talk about getting shoved against from Taylor
it's just
Ward.
insane. And another thing, not to keep on beating the Bowden drum, but Bowden Francis, I mean, this has been the best pitcher on this team last 15 appearances. I mean, last 15 games for Bowden Francis, 2.54 ERA, 0.87 whip, 49 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts. His last 7 games, 180 ERA, 35 innings, 0.66 whip, 37 strikeouts. This guy, it's crazy. It just takes eliminating one pitch and adding another, and you turn into something so good. It's been such a joy to watch. And I think Bowden Francis has, this isn't a hot take, solidified himself to be a starter in next year's rotation. He has to be. If he keeps this shit up, it's impossible to take him out and do that little fringe thing they did with him this year, where you don't know if you're a starter, long relief guy, middle relief guy. You gotta give him his role right off the rip, so he's prepared and so he knows what he's gonna do. And that's what he's done. He's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, we had talked to him on this podcast when we had him on.
Yeah.
And the main thing was, hey, what role have they set out for you to start the season? And it was a starter to start. And that's where he was. Broke the team, broke camp in the rotation spot, and lost that when Yariel Rodriguez came up for him after a couple of tough ones. I think you can trust him to slot in as one of your top 5 guys for next season, which is huge. When you trade Kikuchi and you just replace him, I don't know Kikuchi's stretches, but this Bowden stretch has to be up there with some of the good Kikuchi ones. I know Kikuchi was so good second half last season and put together great start this year, but when you just replace that, what that production is immediately, it makes trading those guys and being a seller not so bad, and gets you excited for, and you can believe enough that where Ross Aitken said they might be competing next season.
Hashtag I believe.
This team could be 500 at the end of the year, and they fucking stink at pitching in the bullpen.
Well, yeah, not the starters. Like Kevin Gossman. Kevin Gossman now is gonna probably finish this season with a 3 ERA, below a 4 ERA.
Kevin Gausman had velocity today, and God, it's fun to watch Kevin Gausman pitch when the fastball gets 95, 97.
Yeah.
And the split does splitter things. It's a treat to watch, and I can legitimately see this team competing if you add a couple a
You
couple
need some
pieces.
boppers. You need some dudes that just rake and hit 197, like hit like bombs. That's what you need. You need to find those guys because
All,
right.
but that's what you think all these young kids are gonna do: hit bombs and hit 197. Like Addison Barger is that hit bombs and hit 197.
Yeah,
Loperfido has better hit than that and less power than Barger. I would tend to say,
yeah,
but he's like hit 240 and hit home runs guy as well.
yeah,
So there's the pieces are there. It's shaping into a very interesting offseason where you can make some good moves. Because look at the Red Sox. What did we all pick them to finish last?
yeah. And they still
And
might, Avery. They
yeah,
still. I mean, they're 5 games above 500. If this series goes sideways for them, the Jays could be tied with them. Like if the Jays take
yes.
4 or 5 here, the Jays
We
will be 2 or 3 games back of them.
yeah, we don't think that's gonna totally happen, but
Yeah,
it like that's just where what baseball is. And shout out the Angels for giving us maybe this false hope, but the false hope for this year is done. It's things to dream on for next season. And
yeah.
yeah,
It sucks.
like Loperfido and Barger are two great guys you want to dream on. So them showing some signs of life, Alejandro Kirk being a fucking major league hitter and being awesome again is another thing that you need. Like you can go out and get backup catchers that are it's pretty easy for two guys who can frame the shit out of a baseball. That's just what you're gonna want to do. Half the hitters in the league suck at hitting. It kills you catching all the time. So yeah, man, I don't think starting pitching needs to be totally addressed. It would be nice for an addition of someone great, always is, but hey man, you can trade from this crop of really good middles and kind of platoon-ish guys. I've also decided Elvis Martinez, Spencer Horwitz is the platoon of the future at second base. Um, I'm like, I'm all in on that. Our friend Chris Bowling said it's the worst fielding second base platoon of all time.
Oh, for
And
sure.
and then I told him, yeah, that's why they play second base. Elvis had over 1,000 OPS against lefties in the minors this season, and he had 800 against righties. And then Spencer Horwitz's numbers are insane against righties. So just flip flop those two for next season as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Good weekend.
Great weekend. And we talked about Joey Shoperfido. 3/4 of this fan base wanted him locked up in prison. Astros fans dancing on our graves. Joey Loperfido's last 7 games, once he's gotten settled in, 10 for 24, 417 average, 462 on base, 958 slug. I know it's a small sample size, but this is a guy that is learning and developing in the major leagues. Clearly got traded to a different team, different country. He's starting to figure it out, and his at-bats rock. And I didn't realize how insanely fast Joey Loperfido is.
Yeah.
Like that triple, he hits standing up triples. He probably makes it to third by the time Kirk gets to first base. Legit. Like legitimately. He is so fast. It is unbelievable how good Joey Loperfido is.
It's because he's the
when things
tallest
are firing.
person of all time, it looked like.
Yeah, he looks.
He's
yeah,
running 91st percentile sprint speed out there.
Yeah.
And what is it? 2 triples this series? Did he hit or was
Two triples. Yeah, 2 triples.
Again, I said don't be too high or too low on these younger guys who haven't played in the big leagues before. It's to say an absolute about a player who's had 173 at bats in the big leagues is it's not a good thing to do. So you want them to go well, and Joey Loperfido has really figured it out as of late. I think it was a maybe timing mechanism thing.
Well,
that
they said
changed.
he eliminated his, I believe they said leg kick.
Okay, I mean
Yeah.
he's strong guy. When we saw him on the field at Wrigley. He was massive guy, like
Yeah.
massive legs. They have him at 6'3". I would have thought he was taller than that, but he's running like a top of the league sweet spot percentage, which is good. The exit velos aren't insane from him, but like we can take that to something to dream about. And then clutch moment on Friday, it's awesome. Like
Yeah.
it was one of the
too.
best weekends of the year, to be honest.
Easily. I love the Angels. I'll say this the entire podcast. I love the Angels. And again, I'm ready to eat crow. I'll say it. Alejandro Kirk has looked awesome. And let me pull up some of his stats here for the people. Alejandro Kirk, a guy who was a defense first. They trade Jansen to kind of pretty much say, listen, you're the guy. Like we're riding with you right now. His last 30 games hitting 297, 364 on base, 426 slug. His last 7 games, 364 average, 440 on base, 727 slug. Alejandro Kirk is starting to have professional at-bats again. Pretty decent amount of batted ball luck at the start of the season. But this guy is getting closer and closer to 100 weighted runs created plus, and this is a guy who was at like a 75 a couple weeks ago. So it's good to see Alejandro Kirk figured out because he is so good behind the plate, man. So good.
Yeah, this isn't a thing I bring to this podcast very often, and I don't love saying it all the time. Kirk is one of the unluckiest hitters in baseball this season. The xWOBA numbers underperforming them, XBA underperforming them. The batted ball luck has been bad all season, and I mean YJ's loves to say it. xWOBA is the way, and Kirk's lucking into, and sorry, not lucking into, but the batted ball luck's coming back on his side, and he's put together some awesome at bats. And it's another thing. What happens when you give guys runway?
Yeah,
it's the Ernie Clement thing we like to say about third base. Kirk, he's the catcher. He has the runway again, and he's taken off. Like I looked into some backup catcher options the other day for next season, and it's like Austin Hedges and Yasmani Grandal that you can just two guys who frame the shit out of the ball, who are older, that are going to play behind Kirk. He's done an awesome job because I don't think Servin's doing it for a team that's going to be too serious next season.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, I like the thing that sucks is, and obviously when I take a step back and realize like we're going to have to wait until March of next year till we're watching, like till our hope is back that this is a good baseball team, you know? It sucks. It sucks. I mean, you got to wait, like, I don't even know how many months it is. I'm not going to calculate it, but it's been bad. It's a harsh reality, and I'm looking forward to this offseason. I really am. I'm just trying to see what Ross Atkins does. I mean, he really botched this offseason, but some of the pieces he's got here for these guys, I mean, IKF has a below 70 weighted runs created plus with the Pirates. He's regressing like crazy. Charles McAdoo is raking in the minors. Raking. And let's talk about the guy of the weekend. The biggest pimp job I've ever seen in my life. RJ Schreck, the man they traded for the corpse of Justin Turner, is raking as well in Double-A and hit a ball to the moon and just had the most disgusting, I'm pissed off bat flip or pimp job I have ever seen. That was awesome. It's cool to see Jay's minor league players do this, you know?
I mean, yeah, because you've seen Orioles players be doing it all the time. Yeah, the early returns on some of these guys have seemed fantastic. McAdoo and Schreck, like you said,
and Wagner, and obviously Lil Perfido.
100%. Like those guys are show guys, though. It's a little different, but like if IKF regression hitting was the most obvious thing of all time.
Yeah.
And we came on here and said, yeah, you want to get away from that. There was no reason to hold on to IKF for year 2 in the best stretch of baseball he'd ever played in his whole life, coming off injury as well. So good
and
to get off of that.
And the Pirates bought high on him and traded a pretty good prospect for him. Like,
yeah,
Charles McAdoo, I mean, that swing, kind of like the Danny Jansen dick swing kind of has, where it's the bat looks like it's attached at the hip. But
I got some more Kirk numbers for you here too. Yeah. So since Jano got traded, he's hitting 319.
Wow.
143 weighted runs created plus, OBP just shy of 400.
Okay.
Like the ISO is 139, which has to be the best of his. I think he has an ISO under 100 on the season. So hitting for some more power. And then the walk rate 10%, K rate 10%. So it's an awesome stretch for Kirk as well. And it's a great stretch for me personally because you like to chirp Kirk and I like to be on the other side of it. So
yeah, you're winning right now.
Here we are.
You're winning. Oh, I didn't talk about this. So Bowden, I texted Bowden, man, a few words. He's actually been messaging me first, sending me tweets and shit. It's been hilarious. He's just loving it up here.
Yeah.
I said, is there anything you'd like to say via text to Toronto Blue Jays fans for tonight's podcast? This guy goes, when in doubt, trust your shit and let it eat. Just gave me the quote back. And I said, let's fucking go. And I told him about the shirts and he's fired up about the shirts as well. So when he gave 14 Nation, hop on that. But we'll be going for dinner with Bowden hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I talked about it with him. So it's just awesome, man, to see guys that have essentially this dude was traded for Rowdy Tellez. That's how long this guy's been grinding in the minors for. An 8-year minor league career, I believe, Avery. 8 years. He's been in the minors. and he's starting to figure it out now on the show, and he's getting his opportunity. And like we talked about with Ernie, it's like all the guys that play pro baseball, newsflash, folks, they're good. They're good baseball players, okay? You give them leeway, you give them runaway, they will at some point hopefully figure it out, right? They got there for a reason, and he is clearly doing that. So Bowden Francis, man, it's just like I said, the standing O at the Rogers Center gave me chills. And obviously it was cool to see him get the recognition that he deserves. So that was awesome.
His Instagram is one of the just an artsy
It's
creative
like
guy.
Cam Newton.
In a little different way.
He used to post with Cam Newton like scripture on his Instagram.
Oh,
He switched away from that.
Oh, that's good. I would love to bring that back.
Yeah. So let's bring that back, Bowden. But he's very online. He sees the stuff you guys tweet about him. So it's awesome to see our guy Bowden do that. But speaking about being online, we have a Johnny Junta screen update, and I'd like Vlad the Builder to make a graphic of me with this. Last week, I spent 25 hours on Twitter.
Just on your phone.
What?
That's just on your phone,
That's
right?
just on my phone. I just want the graphic to say, I spent 25 hours on Twitter. Johnny Junta on the Gate 14 podcast. That's what I'm locked in. And I was getting a lot of chirps like, oh, wow, that's an insane amount. I'm like, oh, did you guys enjoy this hotel room that we had sponsored by the Marriott? Because that's the reason why we have this. You guys, that's like talking to your kids. Like, oh, you enjoy this house we're living in? It's dad's busting his ass.
Dad, we'd love to have you around more.
Well, you enjoy this house, son? I got a tweet about Brandon Belt's dick. But by the way, that was awesome. Shout out to Marriott for that. I mean,
hotel review.
Yeah. So the Marriott, we've been in talks with them for a while. We did the live stream on opening day. Kind of waited a little bit because their rooms were really packed. So I messaged them like a month and a half ago, and I go like, would love to do like a room review. Like if you guys have any rooms available overlooking the Rogers Center. She gave me, shout out Naomi, she gave me 2 dates. It was either the Athletic series coming up or the Angels one. And I picked the Angels one because it was on a Thursday night, and the Athletics one was Sunday night, which would have kind of sucks. You couldn't go out. So we did that. We get to the hotel room. I get a call from the concierge. Hey, we have some amenities, they said, coming up. What time should we drop them off? So I say 7. Knock on the door. They just have a bucket full of pints, chicken wings, nachos. It was insane. And I know the rooms are like $900. I looked up. So
are they actually?
Yeah, they are. I do recommend staying there. Not a free ad. I mean, technically it's paid for ad, but it rocks. And obviously the hospitality was great there. It's so cool seeing the game from that angle. And we had the best box, I think, right in center field. You see like down the lines. We had the Doc Holliday banner on top of us. So shout out to Marriott, because that was a surreal experience. And again, if you take a step back, like if I told you 3 years ago we'd be getting rooms comped at the Marriott, something I've wanted to do since I was a kid, watching Jays games, I'd call you an idiot. So shout out to Marriott, man.
It was just such a different angle as well. When we saw Ernie's home run,
yeah,
that was one was like, okay, these balls are flying at different. The only thing you couldn't tell was if it was a grounder or a liner kind of through the infield, but
yeah,
you don't really need to know that. If it gets through, it gets through. Who cares, right?
I was banged up. I'll say it. I had a couple of drinks there. Then we went out that night and stayed out till 2 at Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
Even though I said I was out on it.
I did not go out. I needed
being responsible.
I needed a reset from the weekend before.
Yeah, you're being responsible. And speaking about the bar, I think it's not confirmed yet, but we are planning, just so everyone knows, to have a Gate 14 bar night the last Friday. So like the last series of the year against the Marlins, I believe it is, right after the game. Come to bar night. I think I'm gonna get my guy from Isabel's. I know he's a listener. Link in bio. I'm gonna get him to DJ this. He's volunteer. I'm volunteering him to DJ because he plays bangers.
Won't he have something else to do that night?
What?
Won't he have something else to do?
He's booking it off work. Link in bio. Listen to me. We need you, because you know what song I've been playing a shit ton the last couple of days? That song, Body. I just wanna party.
No, it's called Move.
Oh, Move, sorry.
The song of the summer. Johnny discovered the song of the summer.
That song's a banger. I've been playing that. So yeah, we're link in bio. We are volunteering you, and if we don't, we need one of your DJ buddies to DJ this party, because we're gonna send off the year well. I'm not sure what bar it'll be at. Alto mentioned something like a bar near the stadium, which would be cool. And you could just mix your shit up. I don't know if we'll be able to pay you, but You'll get paid with friendship.
This is sounding like an awful pitch.
I'll pay you out of my pocket. I'll pay you out of my pocket. We need link in bio there for that. So we'll get that going. So stay tuned for bar night. Booked it off the schedule. If you are a listener to this podcast, fly in, plan your tickets, get that going. We'll do it up right for the people on Gate 14 bar night. Maybe get a company of your choice can sponsor it. Investors,
York Aluminum.
York Aluminum, good. We'll get the York Aluminum shit all around there. So yeah, we will get that going and stay tuned for that because last bar night rocked. I won't say a drunken speech. Yes, I will. For that bar night. But yeah. Anything else from the series, Avery? I mean, I'm having fun. We're having fun.
No, nothing that really that I can really remember specifically, but yeah, just game by game. Pretty fun baseball to be around. Friday thought they were dead. Chris Bassett does the thing where everyone on Twitter wants him dead, and then he puts together just 6 innings. It's usually a quality start.
Yeah.
And I always find that funny. But yeah, the walk-off was fucking awesome. Addison Barger home runs.
Oh my God.
So we talked to Guillermo. I don't know if I brought this up here. I don't know where else I could have brought it up. But when Guillermo was the minor league coordinator, because that's what I said to him when they were taking ground balls at third, him and Ernie, and watching those two play infield they're not playing the same sport while they're taking ground balls.
No, they're not.
Addison Barger don't know the best word. He's twitchy. It's all fast twitch, and he doesn't stop. It's like what do you tell a guy that's like that? Because he says even when he made his debut, he said that's how I was. He was like anxious, all pent up. And Guillermo was like, yeah, the first thing I said was try to get him to relax, and they haven't been able to do that. So that's how Addison Barger plays baseball. And even when he swings, man, it's just fast twitch, not the smoothest thing ever, but those baseballs are flying now. He's got the backspin, and he's sold out on his 2 home runs this weekend. He said he's sold out for breaking pitches, which is just insane.
That's good reverse psychology.
It might not work in the long term.
No, that's good reverse psychology.
Totally, but he sold out.
Pitchers think you're hunting fastball. That's good reverse psychology.
Yeah, he hunted a Rowanzi changeup, which he hit to hell, and then I believe it was a sweeper today. He was in on. But
speaking about this, like Ron Washington being a baseball manager in the big 2024.
I have a problem with Ron Washington.
I'd love to hear it.
The mound visits, dude, for
my God.
Sakes.
I know you're old, dude, but God damn. This dude takes an hour to get to the mound, and then he sits there
and the starter is
novel.
Pissed every time because it's in a weird spot where the starters should stay in.
He did it today. It's same with the bullpen guys too. He's such an alpha. He's so old school. He just does the mound visits. And then the pitcher's like, I'm good. He goes, all right, I'm going to walk back to the dugout for 6 hours. It's going to take me 6 hours to walk back to the dugout. That's what he does. It's crazy. And the biggest wild card move I've ever seen was throwing Ben Joyce in the 8th on Friday. What was that? Like, that was Charlie Montoyo-esque from the old days, a little callback action. But
I still think Rowanzi Contreras can be the best pitcher in baseball, but
it's time to give up on that dream. He's ass.
That take is going to have to be pushed down to the bottom of.
Well, he'll sign with like the Rays or the Dodgers and then be good again, like Anthony Banda.
Perfect one.
He'll go to the Dodgers and literally become like Sandy Koufax from the right side. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah, that was just that was catastrophic. Putting in Ben Joyce and then Contreras in the 9th.
Like, what is Ron Washington saying to these guys? Because he's not a pitching guy. He's an infield guy. Yeah. If you're going out there and your only thing is, hey, do you want this guy or do you not want this guy?
First of all, what do you think pitchers are going to say, by the way? No. I've never got that. When managers go to pitchers and like, you want this next inning? You think he's gonna be like, nah, fuck no, I don't. I'm a coward. I don't want the next inning. Of course, he's gonna say he wants to go the 9th, or he wants.
You usually do that at 98 pitches, though. He's doing it early.
Yeah, Ron Washington blows. Like I said, it blows my mind. He's still like this good.
I think I wanted Ron Washington as the manager of the Jays.
100% you did, and you wanted Joe Madden, I believe, as well.
100%. Yeah, it's nice to see that. Yeah, I don't think I could watch.
That take has passed you by, brother.
I think those were just options. I remember I made a TikTok of just options of guys out there,
Yes.
and those were those were two of them. But yeah, I don't think I could watch baseball every day if my manager was going out and doing that to their pitchers. It was brutal to watch, honestly.
Yeah. I will say it is cool to suck and live in LA though. Like that, I mean, they get to go to their sweet houses. Like imagine sucking and living in like Milwaukee or something like that. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Like Baltimore, you suck and you just gotta like, what can I do here? Oh, I suck in LA. Let me just go to Rodeo Drive and just like watch the rich people just spend thousands and thousands of dollars on bags. Like it's a little cooler to suck in
Yeah.
LA, I will say. What's the top 3 cities to suck in?
Oh shit. Miami,
Yeah.
LA, and
I was gonna say New York, but it wouldn't. You'd be miserable in the street.
no, that's probably not a
San
good one.
Diego.
There you go. Really
Yeah.
good. Yeah. I also have a YJ's team weighted runs created plus update for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
He always hits me with the good stuff. YJ says he's still out there grinding. The Toronto Blue Jays team weighted runs created plus on the season, Johnny.
What is it?
101. 101
Wow.
has officially hit the towers.
Above league average, some are saying.
It's an above league average offense.
It's a good offense. I think in the last 2 weeks they have the most home runs. I'm not a stat guy. Like I said, I retired from being a stat guy, but
What was the stat that made you retire?
when I tweeted the Swanee numbers, and then he gave up 3 home runs, and everyone on Twitter wanted me dead. That's what pushed me over the edge. But clean inning from Swanee on Friday to lead to the walk off. That was cool. 8th inning, 0.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, yeah, everyone was being mean. Hashtag mean to Johnny. But let's do a Red Sox series preview, then listener questions here. What do you got here? I say Jays take 3 of 5. Let's be humble. 3 of 5, get to 4 games below.
Wait, what's the score of the canceled game?
Oh no.
Is there a score?
Oh no. What day was it?
26th?
August?
June?
Yeah, I don't know what the score is.
Or is it just 0-0?
I have no idea. But do you know Danny Jansen could be making history? Let me look it up. Let me see. I know someone, like I said, I always say this. People are punching their steering wheel right now. It's this. I don't remember June 26th, brother. I don't even remember last week. It's 0-0, runner on first. Danny Jansen up to the plate. 0-1 count. No hits.
Second inning?
Second inning, yes.
Okay.
Cutter Crawford on the mound. I'm gonna say Jays take 3 of 5. Fuck it. Let's make history.
What's the history they're gonna make?
Get back fastest team to get back to 500 after being 11 games below.
Yes. Okay, that would be it. 3 of 5 sounds great. I can't see them not getting shelled in game 2 tomorrow on Yarbrough Day.
Yeah.
But that's what you think every time he pitches, and it just doesn't go that way. 3 of 5 sounds great.
Let's go 3 of 5.
3 of 5 sounds really
Let's
great.
go 3 of 5 and let's get to 500 next week.
Who's it's Twins on the weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's not the best schedule after that.
Yeah, Twins are kind of good, I'll say it. Avery hasn't picked to win the World Series, so. They got a tough one. They got Twins, Phillies, Braves, and Mets.
The Jays do?
Ideal. Alex Bregman just launched again, by the way. The future. But yeah, Jays take 3 of 5. Avery, all set. Let's go pitching matchups here. So I'm assuming we have a Yarbrough Day tomorrow.
Yarbrough game 2 day, I believe.
Okay, because it says Barrios game 2 here.
I know, but you're on the score, I bet.
Yeah.
And
the app that won't be named. Yeah. We got there. Then we got Yarbrough Rodriguez versus Cooper Criswell, Bassett versus Brian Bayo, and Bowden Francis versus Cutter Crawford on the Thursday.
The Red Sox pitchers suck now.
Oh yeah, they're ass. Andrew Bailey witchcraft has I hate to say it, but it's kind of dead now.
Yeah, turns out they can.
Oh my God, back to back. Alex Bregman. Back to back. Yiner Diaz. Suck it, Orioles. Frauds. Jays run the AL Beast, by the way. Yeah, I I can't wait to see Bowden pitch again. I can't wait to see Bassett. I mean, the thing is, Bassett has to minimize the blow up inning, and he has that. At least it's like the first or second inning of every start, and then he just goes like 9 up, 9 down. So I'm not sure how you do. So this is how you fix the Jays, I think, Avery. I think what they have to do in the locker room is show that they're facing the Angels. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
like we
yeah.
talked about it with Vladdy putting the Buffalo Highway on the scoreboard. I think what you do with the Jays is you just show the Angels logos everywhere. It's like illusion. Is that what it's called? Illusion? No, I don't know what it's called. But it's like also, well, you know what we'll say? We'll call it illusion. You show the Angels logo and the Jays are like, now we're feasting. Now we go. That's what you got to do from here on out.
I
And
like
that's how
that.
this team's gonna win ball games.
It's like when you're running scout team for college football,
Yes.
and they or when it's Michigan Ohio State week, when Ohio State puts the Michigan helmet on their other guys and they play against them. That's what they need to do
Yes.
for this one. I think that's a really, really good idea. The Buffalo Highway for Vladdy was genius, by the
That
way.
was genius. We fixed Vladdy.
Yeah, that was some of our best work of all time. Let's go into some listener questions from Kirk Memes. The favorite Avery Chenier moment of the summer. I think
It's not
this
really
is
the summer, but I really enjoyed when you forgot your when you forgot your credit card at the bar in Dunedin.
yeah, for our first drink of the day. That was so
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
My favorite moment of the summer was going to Wrigley. That was my favorite moment of the summer.
Yeah. I
From
enjoyed that
Judah,
as well.
camera guy Judah, is a full suit game in consideration for the Blue Jays playoff clinch game.
If the Jays get to 500, I will go to a game in a full suit. The next game.
Were we aware that Addison Barger could bang like that?
I've been noticing.
Yeah.
I've definitely been noticing.
I remember 2 spring trainings ago, he was kind of doing that stuff. And we're like, oh, he might fuck around and make the team.
Yeah.
Why does every Toronto team perform when it matters the least? This one feels different because it's a whole different group of players.
Yes. You got to
It's-
think if the Jays had this roster at the start of the season, would they be a playoff team? You don't know. Right? You don't. I mean, there's no way to know. But I'm a stats guy. Jays are the best record in the AL East since the All-Star break.
Zonic ban. How do we recover?
Bullshit. It is what's happening to this country. I don't get into politics, but you start taking away Zonics. I don't get it. I mean, so what they did is, for the listeners that don't know, Ontario banned flavored Zonics that aren't mint, and you can only buy them now at pharmacies. Like, let me tell you something. To protect the kids, I saw the health minister tweet. If kids want to get Zonics, listen, brother, they will get Zonics, okay? If I learned anything from when I was a kid, they will find whatever stuff, and they'll actually probably want it more now. The least accessible you make it, the more people want it. And it is absolutely bullshit to think that a child is going to be like, oh my God, I want to start firing peach Zonics. And if they're firing peach Zonics, they're probably going to fire the mint ones that they're selling at the pharmacy and find a way to get those as well. To think this is going to make a difference is beyond stupid. And I'm not a politics guy. I'm never have been. But that is just ridiculous to think that this is going to solve a problem with the Zonics. By the way, they're 4 milligrams, soft as shit. So now I got to keep going to the reserve now and get Zins. So thanks, health minister. Just absolute clown show. Clown show stuff from the government here. Again, not stock politics, but you take away Zonics, you take away a piece of me.
Okay. One night at the Marriott with a field view or one night at the Fairmont Royal York?
Marriott.
Is
But there has to be a Jays game.
Yes. Which Jays player do we think could be good athletes in other sports if they tried? Ernie in hockey.
Well, we know that, though. I think Loper Fido is a sneaky good athlete.
I think he could play basketball.
Yes. Loper Fido is probably a freak at basketball.
Yeah. Addison Barger is playing tight end for your favorite.
Oh, my God. And
for your
great.
favorite 4-win college football team in his
But
past
he is
life.
the guy that it's impossible to tackle because he spazzes when he gets the ball.
He's got a high motor.
Yes. It's like he's like the Marshawn Lynch clip when Marshawn Lynch breaks like 7 Saints defensive backs. It just scores a touchdown. That's what Addison Barger is.
I like that. How many position player spots that rookies are currently occupying are filled in free agency this offseason?
I think there's a third. I mean, Ernie's been great though. So I don't.
I think the third base besides Bregman is soft.
Yeah.
is a really soft position.
Yeah. I don't know how you. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe outfield you get like a banger in left field, but you got Loperfido who's been pretty good. Maybe you platoon that. I'm really not sure. I don't know how.
Yeah. So they have 5 players set to hit free agency, 2 of them with club options. And they are Bregman, Chapman, Yohan Moncada, Eugenio Suarez, and Gio Urshela.
The funniest situation is bringing back Chapman, right?
Well, yeah, after his little
Oh yeah, he's not coming back after that stupid little comment.
yeah,
Yeah.
2 years wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, okay, buddy. You weren't comfortable because you were the worst fucking hitter in baseball after April last year, pal. That's why you weren't comfortable. I wouldn't be comfortable either when I wasn't comfortable in Nebraska because I sucked.
Yeah. No, exactly. Center field isn't really a ton of good players, and then there's some good right fielders available, but that's where George is going to play. Can I interest anyone in a Witt reunion?
Oh my god. If they bring back Whit Merrifield, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself, to be
I
honest.
mean, there's a thought like a Rob Refsnyder or someone who's going to kill lefties could be
Yeah,
brought in as well. I don't know how many of those guys are going to take. I I've been trying to the last couple days put together kind of a depth chart what I think next season could look like,
that's
and
fair.
with some offseason moves. So I will continue to do that, and that will hit the Twitter timeline at some point this week. Would you still bring in a starting pitcher this offseason that slots directly into the rotation, or just aim for depth starters at this point?
I think you got to focus on that bullpen more, man.
Yep,
Like the bullpen should be the top priority this offseason because holy shit, they suck.
they do. They really do. Okay. How much would it cost the Jays to convince the league to start the standings on June 25th?
If they care about the ratings, I mean, we're talking about a whole country here. I don't know. Let's go on a run. Let's go on a little run. Let's hang our hat on the fact that the Jays were the best team post All-Star break in the American League East, even if they don't make the playoffs. Let's win the second half. That's the motto. Let's win the second half. Let the Toronto Blue Jays win the second half. That's all I want. That's all I need, to be honest with you.
Yep. Can we do a definitive tin roof rankings of one we've been to?
Okay.
So
Cincinnati is clear cut one. But the thing is, you always fall in love with your first love. You're like the first time you have sex, you always fall in love with the first time. But yeah, I think Tin Roof Cincy is clear 1-1, right?
yeah, I think so too.
I think the Detroit one's second best. That one rocked.
I think
But we didn't get to experience the inside. I did when I went to Detroit a couple weeks ago.
okay.
Yeah.
You think it was better than Chicago?
No, never mind. Detroit's last. Chicago was sick still. Bangers. Same band every night.
Yeah.
They're playing the hits, playing the I can't believe you don't know the song My Church by Maren Morris, by the way. That's crazy.
I don't know that song.
That's wild. But yeah, I think it goes Cincy, Chicago, Detroit for me.
Yeah, and then I went to the one in Orlando, and it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I look like shit. But that's not a Midwest one. You shouldn't have tin roofs out there.
No,
You shouldn't.
you're out on that.
It's a Midwest thing.
Okay. Is there room on the roster next year for all of the young guys? I think that's just an easy no.
No.
Like, just not even not even possible.
Someone's gonna get dealt this offseason. Like a couple
For sure,
actually.
and it'll be for bullpen help, you would think.
A couple of the young guys that we like to see, like maybe a Barger, someone will get dealt, unfortunately.
You think Barger will get dealt?
Barger, I think Horwitz stays here because you kind of platoon with Vladdy.
Yeah. You know what? The more I think about it, there's a possibility of that. Like decent high upside for a guy with some good tools.
Yeah.
Do we think we can actually have a chance to make a run for the wild card? No.
No.
I don't think.
Hey, bad news. The team that is in the third wild card is, I believe, 14 games above 500.
Yeah, I think they're 9.5 back. The Jays are.
They're 14. So the Twins, who the Jays are chasing for the wild card, is 14 games above 500.
Sick.
Yeah, that's not happening, I fear. Sorry, guys.
Realistic chances.
Go like 32-0.
Yeah, 28-3 gets them to 91-71.
Yeah.
Someone here in the comments said.
Why not?
Realistic chances of Juan Soto becoming a Blue Jay?
10%.
Yeah, I'd give it maybe last 5. If Johnny has to work construction starting tomorrow, what trade is he picking? This is a great question.
Forklift operator.
No, that's not. That's not a trade.
I think what I would like to do for construction is I want to be the guy, the site foreman. I'm like, I've worked too many labor jobs now growing up where I'm done with being the site bitch. I want to be the foreman. I want to start telling lads around. And I also want to be the cool foreman that's like, fellas, like, you guys can go home now. Like I like 3:00 on a Friday, like, you know what, fellas, go enjoy your weekend. You know?
Yeah.
Go enjoy your weekend, folks. That's what I want to be. I want to be the cool boss.
All right, I think that's it here. I'm going through. Oh, someone wants to know why our Twitter banner is still the 2023 team. I haven't even thought about our Twitter
Good
banner
vibes.
at all. What was the all-time best Blue Jays parking lot video? Joey Votto's retirement or body cam footage of Reese McGuire?
Oh, the Reese McGuire footage will forever live in infamy. I'll be telling my kids about the Reese McGuire Dollar Tree situation. I mean, the Joey Votto one, don't care for it, whatever. Great career, congratulations. But the Reese McGuire, I'll never forget where I was when the news dropped that our catcher was stroking it in a parking lot at a Dollar Tree when he had a full-blown he literally had a full-blown hotel room or a place he was renting in Florida. And that will live on forever in Blue Jays land. It'll be a story we'll be talking about forever.
Nice. I like that. Theories on why Ken Reed hasn't tweeted about the Blue Jays recently.
Because they've been good. He's like, him and Ari Shapiro, like, what do you tweet about? You know, it's like, that's your shtick. You're just miserable fucks. Like, what do you tweet when things are going well? Like, I think if the Jays won the World Series, Ari Shapiro would evaporate.
He would tweet that Ross did a bad job
of the parade. He didn't like the parade route.
Yeah.
That's what he would.
And last one, your favorite Italian dish. Chicken parm is the best meal to ever be concocted.
I like veal cutlets.
Okay.
Yeah, like veal on a bun.
You like killing baby animals.
Yes. I'm fine with sacrificing a baby cow. I'll say it. Hand up. Sorry, guys. Veal cutlets rock.
It does
Holy
taste
shit,
really
especially
good.
from California sandwiches. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I'm a veal cutlets guy. Always have been. Always will. My nonna used to make, rest in peace, she always used to make the greatest veal cutlets. Rocked. So I'm a veal cutlets guy through and through. But obviously a good pasta dish is they hit as well. But yeah, veal cutlets forever.
Nice. I like that.
And
All
by
right.
the way, we will be I got a double message from Joey Loperfito's guy. He will be coming on the show sometime soon here. I talked to Forrest Whitley about it, and Whitley's like, he doesn't even answer my text messages. So it's a guy that's not on his phone a lot.
And they're in the middle of a million baseball games in not a lot of days.
But Will Wagner, did you text him about next week?
Yeah. We haven't got a confirmation yet, but he said he should be good for that.
Okay. Bang. Will Wagner next week. Let's fucking go. Our guy. But anyways, like I said, man, it's been a crazy run we've had here with the Toronto Blue Jays. It's been fun to watch. And you know what? We got 2 games tomorrow, folks. We get to watch 2 potential fun games against the division rival in the Boston Red Sox and Devers enjoyer. So I'm looking forward to that. And let's have ourselves a week. We'll chat to you guys on Thursday. This might be the first podcast we've done after a 5-game series in Gate 14 history. This might be the first one we've ever done. So stay tuned for that. Love you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Hopefully you guys enjoy the Chicago vlog. Avery worked his dick off for that. Watch it if you haven't. And we will chat to you guys. We'll chat with you guys on Thursday night after a potential 5-game sweep. What are you willing to do if they do a 5-game sweep? NPC stream?
Yeah, we should Friday night beer stream.
Oh, okay. I'm in. We can't. Sarah's birthday.
Okay. I'll shave my head.
No, stop. That's a crazy one. I disavow. I take that back. You're not doing that.
Dude, if they get to 500, I think that's not even enough.
If they sweep the 5-game series, I'll piss my pants again on Twitter.
Nice.
I'll do it. I'll go back to the wishing well. I'll go back. But yeah, anyways, love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever. We'll chat Thursday. Enjoy the doubleheader tomorrow. Enjoy just no Paulo Espino. That's all I'm asking. We'll chat with you guys on Thursday, and let's have ourselves a week, man. Love you guys.
Yeah.